Hey everybody, my name is Zach and I like movies. And first of all, I want to say thank you all for watching and engaging so much with my Maestro review. That was the most I've gotten out of a review since starting this whole thing again. That was very fun. And I also would like to reiterate my apology for mispronouncing Leonard Bernstein's name so much in that video. I kept calling him Bernstein. His name is pronounced Bernstein. I'm sorry. I have no excuse for that. That's on me. Just feel free to flame me for that. But right now I'm here to talk about one of my most hyped movies of the year, Ferrari. It is the newest from the god, the man himself, Michael Mann. And this has been a long passion project of his since I think it was like the 90s when he first came across the book that this is based on. And this is a biopic about Enzo Ferrari, a great car racer, car manufacturer, mogul. And this is a biopic it's a kind of biopic where it's not trying to cast the biggest net completely around the life of the subject. It's much more like narrowing in on a tighter portrait of an important time in their life that really reveals a lot about their psychology and their character. And I always think biopics, at least in terms of narrative films, lead to a lot more interesting results out of that. And here, Enzo Ferrari, played by Adam Driver, his life is in flux professionally, with his personal life. The company is threatening bankruptcy. He's not doing too well financially. He and his wife Laura, played by Penelope Cruz, are still mourning the loss of their son. And he's balancing a mistress, played by Shailene Woodley, and being a father to their son. So there's a lot of tension with her there. And Laura knows of that there is an affair, but doesn't really. Feels like he is replacing their son Dino with his newest son Piero, and so he's a man caught at a crossroads, weaving over his past and obsessing with his future, and he is a passionate craftsman, caged off from his loved ones by a stoic masculinity. In essence, he is a Michael Mann protagonist. Just slot him in next to Jimmy Caan from Thief. And so much of the drama is about Ferrari and his team preparing for the 1957 Mille Miglia race that could really make or break their careers and going forward. And this is a really great movie. I think this is definitely one of my favorites of the year. I think if you're really into what Michael Mann does in terms of the sleek professional formalism, I think you'll really like this. And a lot of the power out of this movie comes from its editing. It's so efficient and so elegant. You get flat, there's a cross-cutting scene at an opera where you see flashbacks of the man he used to be, the marriage they used to have, and how things have turned cold and turned really took a turn for the sadder. And it's so there's so much great sequences that are so just minutes, moment to moment, and scene to scene, edited so well. This was what's the editor's name? I have him on notes here somewhere. The editor, Pietro Scalia. He is a long time Ridley Scott editor. He worked on Gladiator and The Martian, I think Black Hawk Down. But he really knows what he's doing. Also, the music is by Daniel Pemberton, and it's fantastic. It doesn't always show off, but it really it does a great. It's a great score to really add on, double up with the soundscape of it all. And now between this and of course Across the Spider-Verse, I think Pemberton has a very long, very great career ahead of him. Some fire trucks past my house. I don't know what's going on. No, something bad. So anyway, Adam Driver, he's really great as Enzo Ferrari, and he has this great talent as an actor where he lets us, the audience, feel out his interiority even when he's so caged up, and like, you know, he has like this sort of a stand where he like stands by like at his hands on his hips and like brooding past his sunglasses, and you just know he has so much on his mind and bearing down on his shoulders. And really he really makes you think about like how he's like, you know, when he's at work, how he's processing things. Like, is this work just a distraction from or is it a emotional compensation for, you know, his loveless marriage and, you know, still harboring the grief of his son Dino. And he has a lot of responsibilities to his company and to his racers that he kind of wants to, but really can't treat as like sort of surrogate sons, because their profession is just, he has to keep them at a distance because their profession by nature is so violently expendable. His accent's a little spotty at times, but hey, good news is he's much more of a convincing Italian here than he was in House of Gucci, although not nearly as iconic enough as Paolo Gucci. Boof. But he's really great, but Penelope Cruz really steals the show. I thought this was a marvelous performance from her. She's so magnificent. She has this like smoldering intensity where, similar to Driver, you do feel that she's like just like keeping her pain really bottled up, because just to like maintain like some sense of normalcy and like trying to like keep her head afloat. And she's had, and like her drive to like just be like not only understood but like heard on her own terms, and like she does not put up with any of Enzo's shit at all. It's really a lot of like what Penelope is like really been showing off as an actress more often in like her foreign movies. I think a lot of the work she's done with Pedro Almodovar, she really shows herself to be such a gifted actress, more than she gets the chance to be in some English releases out here in the States. Also, I like Patrick Dempsey in this. He's like kind of a Silver Fox hotshot racer, which I kind of wasn't expecting that. He just kind of showed up and was just like, oh wow. And as far as the casting goes, Shailene Woodley, who is the mistress, she's not bad, but she's more miscast than anything. She's the one that stands out the most as the weakest link. But yeah, the cast is great. Editing's fantastic. It's a great movie for car nuts. Yeah, like if you're a real gearhead, you will really get a kick out of this. All the stuff with the cars and all the racing sequences, they're so visceral. They're very. It's the most I have felt in the cockpit of this, like these fierce machines, and they really get the adrenaline pumping, and like there's so much there's actually a number of like creative ways where they like film it. Like it's not just on the over the shoulder, like on like the edge of the hood. There's like a moment where there's like it does a dolly zoom as it's like speeding down the road. It's almost like representing like a racer's tunnel vision. And like they really sells the danger of these cars. even in the test runs, like there's no roll cage or anything. It is just a metal chassis, a gear shift, and a steering wheel. And like, pray to God that you don't mess up, because you go flying. And a big part of why is the amazing sound design. Like, the engines just scream and roar, and like every hit of the gear shift is just like big chunks, And it's just it again. It just keeps the energy up, keeps it pumping, and like. But it's also the moments of silence that hit the most, very intentionally. And there is a moment here where the sound cuts off just long enough to like, like it really like that moment. I don't want to describe it other than just whoa, yeah, just whoa. Like I really felt the air being stolen out of my lungs from that. Yeah, just very impactful scenes, a lot of impactful stories. And as far as the story goes, it's not necessarily reinventing the biopic, but it's this efficiency and the sleek, craftsman-like formalism that Michael Mann really always brings. It's what gives that punch. And it does, and it does kind of hit familiar beats to these sort of great man biopics like Maestro did, but I would say that sort of the difference between this and Maestro, at least in terms of that, is that there's never really like a sense of like feeling victorious with Enzo. Like everything, like all of his greatest victories feel like he almost feels like past his prime. And like what victories he gets out of this in this movie, they're more grim compromises. Like it's really more about the ghosts that haunt his life and the failures that will follow him to and past his grave, that weigh down on both him and the story, really more than the hard-fought victories that what few he gets out of this. Yeah, it's this. It's a very bleak identity crisis of just metal, machinery, and pride, and just this masculine drive to create, to make something. It's and the just looming threat of death that is just a wrong turn away. This is Michael Mann at some of his best. I don't know if it's like his like top tier Mike Mann, but this is good Michael Mann. If you loved stuff like Heat, if you love Collateral, if you love The Insider, just chalk another one up for Michael Mann. This is a really fantastic movie. I think it's one of my favorites of the year. Really incredible sound. Great editing. I hope those get nominations. I also would love to see Penelope Cruz get nominated. Really came out the most impressed by her performance. She's so good. Yeah, best of luck to her. Yeah, absolutely love this. I'm feeling a solid to strong 8. This was great. Absolutely cannot recommend this enough. So that's my review. Like, comment, subscribe, share, talk amongst yourselves. What's your favorite Michael Mann? I think mine still might be Manhunter. That one's just so that one's good. That one hits all the right stuff. So yeah, that's all I got. I'm Zach, and I'll keep watching movies, and I hope you do too. Later.